Hi everyone and welcome to my first full vlog. I thought for the first time, why not do something that I know about, feel quite confident about. So I'm going to do my top 5 tips for planning your trip to Disneyland Paris. There's a bit of a clue in the jumper of what the theme was. So my first top tip has to be budgeting. Obviously it goes without saying that you budget for a holiday, but sometimes you with Disney you've got to budget that little bit more. You need to budget for absolutely everything, not just your normal hotels and travel, but you need to take into consideration your park tickets if you're not stopping in a Disney site. Also you need to take into consideration things like meals. Some people get to Disney and don't realise how much the food costs, and it's a lot more than they anticipate, and you end up probably spending more money on that than you think. So you also need to take into consideration, he's having his tea, there's no need for all this racket really. You also need to take into consideration things like souvenirs, because it only takes your child to see one piece of, shall I say, tat, and they want it. I'll just get you an example of that. There's one example demonstrated by a 3-year-old. Here's the other one. Quite careful of the camera. I think Buzz was about €18. I can't remember how much this was. You've got to take into consideration, because literally you see one child with that, hold Buzz up again, press his legs so he spins. You see one child with that illuminations and somehow you then buy him one. Don't like that. Right, can you take them back now and go and finish your tea? Tip number 2, again, goes alongside with the budgeting really. Research. There are so many ways to research your Disney trip, not just from the Disneyland Paris website, but also if you know people that have gone, you need to ask their advice, places to eat, things to do, characters that you don't want to miss out, or where the interactions are really, really good. There's TripAdvisor. The TripAdvisor forum is so informative and is one of my go-tos. If you've got a question, there are people there that are annual pass holders that can literally tell you just like that in seconds. They can tell you the answer. Other places are the various Disneyland Paris fan sites run by people from all over the world, but there are some British ones too. I've got another visitor, one second, a little terror visitor. I will drop the links below for all the sites that I recommend and that I've used in the past. Another thing that I swear by is the Disneyland Paris app. Ideally, you want to be getting that on your phone a month or so before. What I tend to do is look at the days that you're planning to go over the weeks going up before, and you can see when the quiet times are for certain rides. So if you're going to have your lunch quite early, when everyone else is having their lunch at like say between 12 and 1:30 till 2, you can have it early or have it late, and you can be going on rides, having the character meet and greets without really having to wait. And I do, like I say, I tend to do that like a couple of months before just to get an idea. Doing all of your research can really help with things like having the best meet and greets, which characters to see, what the interactions are like, but also the best places to eat, and also the best spots for things like the parade and the illuminations. Both of those are things that you really want to see to make it a part of your Disneyland Paris trip. Make your reservations. That is my number 3 tip. If there is places particularly that you want to eat, even in low season, we tend to go in January, and even then you can struggle to get in at some restaurants. One of the reasons being that lots of places aren't always open, particularly in the low season. A place will be open, the next day it won't be. So if there's somewhere you want to go, if you see it open, make sure you go straight away. Or also some of the restaurants will only do lunchtime sittings in sometimes as well. So if you want to go, say you want to go to Waltz or you want to go to Chez Remy, make sure you get it booked. You can do it before by ringing the number. You can also do it when you check in. Sometimes the concierge will do it for you. Number 4 for getting your best of your trip and the best planning advice is to create your Disneyland Paris bucket list. So you've all booked, you sorted out with where you want to eat, you're all budgeted and you've done your research, but what are the main things you want to do? This is definitely important if you are going in a really busy time where you might not be able to get on all the rides. What are the ones that you must or you really, really want to do? For us, it's always Small World. We always have to stop by Small World. Pirates of the Caribbean, also Peter Pan. My husband always wants to do Space Mountain, and this time around Buzz Lightyear was a huge hit with my little boy, and we must have, I hate to think how many times we went on that. We possibly went on it about 10 times, but we were lucky. We were there in the low season, so you could go on and only queue for 5 to 10 minutes. That's not always the case. So if there's certain things that you want to do, certain characters even that you want to see, make your list and aim to get those done. My number 5 trip is really about just making it special and about having a good time. For many of us, going to Disneyland Paris is a thing that can take a couple of years to sort out or to save for. So you really, really want to be making it the utmost best trip that you can while you're there. Once you're all planned and everything's booked, there are little things that you can do that can just make that trip so special. Little meet and greets. Joseph had an incredible, my little boy, he's 3, he had the best meet and greet with Buzz, and again a lot of the Toy Story characters, you can have the best ones. He had the best meet and greet with Buzz and Jessie on 2 completely separate occasions in different parks, but they really made his trip. Also, his favourite was probably Pluto. Apart from meet and greets, you also want to look out for the best photo ops. So there are certain areas you can stand around the castle that you don't have loads of people walking in your pictures in the background or to the side of you. You need to go to the side, and you can get some really, really good and memorable pictures there. Another is also do little things that just make your trip individual. You could do matching outfits, matching t-shirts. We saw a family, like their family name, mummy and daddy, trip to Disneyland Paris in the daytime. We did do some matching outfits, although ours were a little bit more almost Disney bounding or had a little bit of a theme. I'll cover that in a separate vlog, but Disney bounding is where you can dress alike characters or in tribute to characters, and that is allowed in the park. Adults can't go in fancy dress, the kids can, but the adults can't. But it is like a way around that. And we did a little theme with heroes and things like that, and it was all done on budget. We got things from Primark. It was super easy to do. Another little thing that you can do is some people get lanyards. I've just got 2 here. You can buy them before, can't see it, or get them when you're there. I got these before. I will drop the link to the lady's Instagram or Etsy page. So I got an Ariel, because I also got some Ariel ears, and also a Mickey one, and you can put your park passes in there. But some people get pins and they do all the whole pin trading thing. Another tip, if you're going to do like individual outfits or just something a little bit different or Disney bounding, is these. These are from Hannah Marie Magic. I will drop her Instagram and her Etsy page below, but I love these. You do need to order them in plenty of time before you trip, because it can take 2 weeks or just over for them to come. But these are the Constellation ones. I actually wore these with my Star Wars jumper. Got compliments on these. People thought you could get them in the park and you couldn't, but these got the most compliments and are my absolute faves. And they are the Ariel Dingle Hoppers. How cool are those? Lots of compliments in the park about them. People asking me which shop I'd got them from, and literally they are so comfortable. I do think with some of the Disney ones that you get there, they can be a little bit uncomfortable and they start to rub. These are so comfortable. She puts lots of ribbon and things around, and there's like almost like a velvety bit just there, and it makes them so comfortable. You need to